What's the first place that comes to your mind when you think of otherworldly landscapes? Maybe somewhere with towering volcanoes, breathtaking waterfalls, and endless glaciers? Have you ever wondered where on Earth you can walk through fields of lava one moment and stand on a glacier the next? That place exists, and it's called Iceland. But before we jet off, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on our weekly travel adventures. This small island nation near the Arctic Circle is one of the most unique places you could ever visit. But what is it about Iceland that makes it so special? Beyond the stunning photos and tourist hotspots, Iceland is a land of deep-rooted traditions, unusual customs, and untamed nature. Let's take a journey together to discover some of the most fascinating things about this land of fire and ice. From the history and legends that shape the culture, to the natural phenomena that draw visitors from around the world, I'm going to share some incredible stories about Iceland. So grab a cup of coffee or tea and let's get started. Iceland, a land born of fire and ice. To understand Iceland, you have to start with the land itself. Imagine this. Millions of years ago, fiery volcanic eruptions beneath the ocean gave birth to a rugged island that still has lava bubbling beneath its surface. In fact, Iceland sits right on top of two massive tectonic plates, the North American and Eurasian plates, that are slowly drifting apart. This creates not only earthquakes but also constant volcanic activity. You might remember the eruption of Eyjafjallajökull in 2010 that grounded flights across Europe. But what many don't know is that volcanic eruptions in Iceland are common. About 30 of its volcanoes are still active. The most recent eruption of Fagradalsfjall brought visitors and locals together, watching in awe as glowing lava flows illuminated the night sky. It's no wonder why Iceland has earned its nickname, the land of fire and ice. The people who call this place home. For a country that's defined by its harsh, often unpredictable environment, you might wonder how anyone managed to settle here. The first settlers were Nordic explorers, Vikings, who arrived around the 9th century. One of the early names for the country, Snowland, hinted at the freezing conditions they faced. Today, Iceland's population is small, just over 370,000 people, but its culture is incredibly rich. You may have heard Icelandic names like Gudmundur and Sigurdur, which are traditional and passed down through generations. Interestingly, Icelanders don't use last names in the same way that many cultures do. Instead, they use patronymics or matronymics, meaning a child's last name is their parent's first name, followed by son, or dóttir, daughter. There's also something magical about Icelanders' connection to their land. Did you know many of them believe in elves? While it's a light-hearted tradition, some truly believe these hidden people live in the rocks and mountains. Construction projects have even been halted to avoid disturbing areas believed to be homes of elves, a land of eternal days and endless nights. One of the most enchanting things about Iceland is how its unique geography affects the seasons. Have you ever wanted to experience the midnight sun? Imagine waking up in the middle of the night only to see the sun still shining on the horizon, painting the sky in shades of gold and pink. From May to August, the sun barely sets, and the nights are filled with soft, glowing light. On the flip side, winter in Iceland is the polar opposite, literally. During the darkest months, the sun hardly rises, plunging the country into long, cold nights. But this is when something magical happens. The Northern Lights. The aurora borealis, dancing across the sky in hues of green, purple, and blue, is one of the most mesmerizing sights you can witness. Locals say there's nothing quite like bundling up, stepping outside, and watching the sky come alive. Strange foods and unusual customs. While the natural beauty of Iceland is enough to draw in visitors, there's more to the country than just volcanoes and waterfalls. Icelandic food, for example, can be an acquired taste. One of the most iconic dishes is hakarl, or fermented shark. It's buried underground for months to ferment, and when it's finally ready to eat, it smells strongly of ammonia. Tourists often find it a challenge, but locals enjoy it as a delicacy. Another curious tradition involves Iceland's Christmas celebrations. While many of us might be familiar with Santa Claus, Iceland has its own set of holiday figures, the Yule Lads. These 13 mischievous characters leave small gifts, or rotting potatoes, in the shoes of children leading up to Christmas. Each Yule Lad has his own personality, like spoon licker and door slammer, adding a quirky twist to the holiday season. Hollywood's Iceland. You might not realize it, but you've likely seen Iceland in some of your favorite movies and TV shows. From the barren, alien-like landscapes in Prometheus to the epic scenes in Game of Thrones and Interstellar, Iceland has become a favorite filming location for directors. Its otherworldly beauty is like nothing else on Earth. In fact, many visitors say stepping into Iceland feels like stepping into a different world altogether, the small island with big impact. Despite its small size and population, Iceland punches far above its weight in many areas. It's the first country to elect a female president, and to make it illegal to pay men more than women. The country also leads in renewable energy, using geothermal power plants to harness the heat from its volcanoes to provide electricity and hot water to homes. Iceland's progressive and innovative spirit, combined with its deep-rooted traditions, makes it one of the most fascinating places in the world. Closing thoughts, Iceland is a country that feels like a land of contrasts, where fire meets ice, where days never end in summer, and where the beauty of nature is so profound it leaves you speechless. It's a place where ancient legends and modern innovation coexist, and where you can truly experience the raw power of our planet. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on discovering more breathtaking places. And if you loved this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment telling us which destination you'd love to explore next. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.